everyone. My name is Hannah, and we're going to be doing some yoga today. Today's practice is yoga for stress. So, these poses will help alleviate your stress, anxiety, things like that. So, if you're ready, let's get started. We're going to start in child's pose today. So, you can bring your knees mat width apart, big toes touching, sink the hips back, walk the hands out in front, and rest the forehead on the mat. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Settle onto your mat. And we want to start bringing our focus inward, focusing on our breath. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Slow and steady. And start to connect with yourself. Check in with your emotions. Check in with your body. How's it feeling today? Are there any injuries that we should be mindful of as we practice? And check in with your mind. Is it running all over the place today? Is it calm and focused? And remember, in yoga, we don't judge. We don't judge other people, and we don't judge ourselves. So maybe just show yourself some grace today. Show yourself some love, some compassion. And go ahead and scan your body. And notice any parts that you might be holding tension. And with your next exhale, try to soften that area. Bring your focus to your belly and notice how it expands with the inhale, pressing into your thighs. And on the exhale, relax, bringing your belly button to your spine. And go ahead and set your intentions for the practice. It can be a word or a phrase that you can focus on. Or maybe just say a prayer. to start your practice. And start to close down your thoughts and your prayers. Come back to your deep breathing. Let's inhale, look to your hands and walk your hands over to the left until you feel a stretch in the right side of your body. Maybe rest your head on your arm. And walk your hands back through the center and over to the right. And inhale, look out and walk your hands back. Let's rise up, lift up into tabletop, slowly and gently. Bring your knees under your hips, wrists under shoulders. And let's just tap our feet on the mat. And tuck your toes and start to walk your feet in the mat, pressing your right toes and then your left. And we'll cat and cow flow here. So on the inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, bring the heart forward. And on the exhale, round your back, tuck your chin to your chest. Inhale, cow, pull the shoulder blades back. And exhale, cat, tuck your tail. Inhale, lift the heart. And exhale, round it out. Let's do 2 more here. Maybe a slight bend in the elbows. Last one. And let's untuck the toes and bring your right leg, toes to the mat, extend the right leg and start to saw back and forth. Pull your belly button in to meet your spine. And slow that down. Let's inhale, lift the right leg up. Making a line with your body. Let's turn the right toes in just a hair so that your hip is square to the mat. Option here to lift the left arm We're reaching from shoulder to fingertips, reaching through the fingers. We're pressing up out of that right shoulder. And on the exhale, crunch knee to elbow for 5. Inhale, extend. 4, nice and slow movements. 3, 2, and 1. Extend and release. Let's take a child's pose with our knees together. Sink the hips down and rest your forehead on the mat. Take a couple of deep breaths here. There's a quote that says, the body benefits from movement, the mind benefits from stillness. So let's take some time here, focus on stilling the mind by focusing on the breath. And inhale, loop to your hands and lift back up. Find your tabletop alignment. And let's do 2 cat and cows here. So on the inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. Open the heart space. And on the exhale, round it out. Tuck your chin, tuck your tail. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. And let's extend the left leg, bringing the toes to the mat and start to saw back and forth. And inhale, lift that left leg up. Hips are square to the mat as possible. Option to lift the right arm like someone's shaking your hand. Press your right foot into the mat for stability. And on the exhale, crunch knee to elbow for 5. Inhale, extend. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Extend and release. Let's tuck the toes and sit the hips back, walk the hands back. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. If this is too much for you, you can always keep your hands, your palms on the mat. This pose is really good if you're on your feet all day. And walk your hands back into tabletop. Let's keep the toes tucked and slowly enjoy the transition. Lift up one knee at a time, sending the hips up and back for downward facing dog. Maybe your heels touch the mat, that's awesome. Maybe they don't, that's awesome. Pressing more with the base of our thumbs and our index fingers. Let's walk the dog here by bending one knee at a time, pressing the opposite heel into the mat. And inhale, come to your toes. And exhale, press your heels into the mat. Let's do that again. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more. Inhale. Keeping your arms and your upper body in the same place. Exhale. And look to your hands and let's walk our hands back to our feet, coming into forward fold. Release your lower back. Bend your knees as much as you need to so that your belly can rest on your thighs. Put a good bend in your knees and slowly start rolling up. As slow as you've moved all day. Putting your weight into your heels. Coming into Tadasana or mountain pose. I'm going to step to the center of my mat so that I'm facing you. Let's get our heels under our hips. Arms are loosely hanging by our sides. Tuck your chin, putting length in the back of the neck. Lift the heart, open the heart space. Shoulders are down away from our ears. And go ahead and close down your eyes and allow my voice to guide you. What we can gain from this pose is a sense of confidence, mountains are majestic, strong, sturdy, subject to seasons, but in all, it stands strong. And let's inhale, circle, sweep your arms up. Maybe take your gaze to your hands. Let's interlace our fingers and keep our index fingers pointed up like a gun. Gaze is up. Maybe your eyes are still closed down. And exhale, let's bend to the left. Point your fingers to the left. Let's roll that left shoulder blade down the back, opening the ear, opening the heart. And inhale back to the center. And exhale over to the right. And once again, roll that shoulder blade down. And exhale, let's float the fingertips down. Coming back into mountain pose. And let's bring your arms behind your back and bend the right elbow, grabbing the left. And then bend your left elbow, grabbing the right. Lift the heart, tuck the chin. And breathe. All too often we have something in between us and the world. Maybe our arms or our phones, computers, etc. So let's take a moment here to feel vulnerable, but at the same time feeling confident, standing tall and strong. And release your arms. Let's come into a wide-legged stance, very wide. And let's point the toes to the corners of the mat. Keep a slight bend in your knees. Keep your legs active here. All right, so let's bring the hands behind our back. Interlace the fingers like so. And slowly start hinging at your hips, coming into a forward fold. Lift the arms until you feel a good stretch in your shoulders. And then bend your elbows and release your hands down onto the mat. Maybe reach your hands through to the opposite side of your mat and gently pull. This pose is good for headaches, any tension headaches you may have. And walk your hands under your face and slowly start lowering your hips down to the right, keeping your left leg straight. Send the right arm, palm to the floor, left palm goes up. A good hip opener here. You should also feel a good stretch in your left inner thigh. So let's bring our attention to that and breathe through the tension. We're breathing. And go ahead and say your intention out loud 3 times. And exhale the left palm down. Let's sit back on that left hip. Bring your right foot on the outside of the left knee. We're going to come into a twist. So bring the right hand behind your back. Left elbow comes to the right knee. The right knee, the right knee. On the inhale, you want to lengthen the spine, sit up tall. And on the exhale, twist a little deeper. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist. Maybe take your gaze over your right shoulder. And exhale, release that. Let's uncross our legs. Bring your hands behind your back. Twist your body, coming into downward facing dog. Take a few deep breaths here. Pedal your legs. Feel the stretch on your hamstrings and your calves. Let's inhale, look to your hands and step into forward fold. And bend your knees and slowly start rolling up. Circle sweep your arms. Bring your hands into prayer, and on the exhale, hands to your heart. And let's step back into mountain pose in the middle of our mat. And this time bend the left elbow, grabbing the right, and then bend your right, grabbing the left. Few deep breaths here. Chin is tucked, heart is lifted. And remember, we're working on stilling the mind today. So if your mind starts to wander, as it naturally will, use your breath like an anchor to your mat. Focus on your breath, and it'll help bring you back to your practice. And release your arms. Let's give them a shake. Maybe shake your legs. Shake, shake, shake. All right, now let's come into a wide-legged stance again. And we'll do the opposite side. So bring your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, and with a flat back, slowly start hinging at your hips, coming into forward fold. Lift your hands until you get that good stretch in your shoulders. And bend the elbows, release the hands, and walk your hands to the other side of your mat and pull through. Then bring your hands under your face and slowly start lowering your hips to the left or the opposite side of what you did a while ago. Right leg is straight, left palm comes to the floor, right palm goes up. Right foot is flexed. Fingers are spread out wide. Bring your focus to that right inner thigh and breathe through that. Two more breaths here. And lower the right hand down behind you. Let's sit on that right hip. Bring your left foot on the outside of your right knee. And take a twist, bringing your right elbow to the left knee. Left hand comes behind your back. Twisting is good, as you probably already know. Twisting is good for detoxing the spine, getting out all those toxins that rest there, and for digestion. Remember, chin is tucked, spine is tall, and exhale, twist. And release that. Let's make our way to Hero's Pose. And we're gonna do Hero's Pose with a block today, if that's okay. If you can do Hero's Pose without a block, that's awesome. You bring your feet on the outside of your hips and sink your hips down to the floor, or you can place a block under your hips to give you a little more space. Just be very gentle with your knees here. Spine is nice and tall. Tuck your chin, pull your belly button into your spine, and and breathe. Let's inhale, circle, sweep your arms up. And on the exhale, twist to the right, or to the left, excuse me, twist to the left. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. And release that. Let's inhale, circle, sweep your arms up again. Take your gaze to your hands. And exhale, twist to the right. Take your gaze over your left shoulder. Inhale, lift the chest, lengthen the spine, and exhale, twist. And exhale, release that. Let's come out of hero's pose, sitting onto the hips. Let's come into bound angle. So bring the soles of the feet together, knees open wide. You can bring your hands to your ankles or maybe your toes. Shoulders, let's bring those up to our ears. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Send them back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Take a deep inhale and exhale, release it down. Spine is straight, and on the exhale, let's start hinging at the hips, reaching the chest forward, reaching the heart towards the toes. And once you've gone as far as you can go ahead and release your neck. Bring your chin to your chest. Maybe use your elbows to give your legs just ever so gently. Just rest your elbows on your legs gently. And maybe you notice the longer we hold the pose, the further your body sinks in. Inhale, look out, lift back up. And let's make our way to the wall. We're going to be in legs at the wall. So bring your hips as close as you can. And send your legs up. And we'll do a reclined pigeon variation here. So let's bend the right leg and place the foot on your left thigh. And slowly start bending your left knee until you feel a good stretch in your right hip. Maybe go ahead and close down your eyes if they're not already. And slowly start straightening your left leg. And let's switch. Bringing your left foot to your right thigh. And slowly bend your right knee. And then slowly start straightening your right leg. Send your left leg up to meet the right. And you can stay here, maybe come into reclined bound ankle. Whatever you want to do today. You can even grab a blanket or a pillow, place it under your head. It's nice to keep props around you. You never know when you might need one or might want one. So let's start relaxing our toes and ankles, calves and knees, thighs and hips. Relax your belly and your lower back. Your chest and your shoulders. Relax your fingers and wrists, your forearms and upper arms. Relax your neck, soften your jaw. Let your tongue sink to the bottom. Relax your face and your eyes, the spot between your eyebrows, and your scalp. Your entire body's completely relaxed. You are safe. You are loved. bring your intention to your awareness. And let's say it out loud 3 times like you mean it. You can use this time to keep repeating your intention. Make a gratitude list of things you're thankful for today or grateful for. Or maybe use this time for prayer. Let's take another body scan. Noticing anywhere you're holding tension, and try to consciously soften that area. Become aware of your fingers and your toes and start putting little movements in them. Maybe take your wrists and ankles in circles, going both directions. And let's bend the knees, bringing the knees into the chest, one at a time. And roll to your right side. And we'll pause here so you can notice how you feel after you practice, how you feel mentally and physically. Bring your left hand next to your chest and push up. Find a seated position. Let's circle sweep our arms up. With an inhale, take your gaze up. And on the exhale, let's lower our hands to your forehead so we can remember to think kind thoughts about others and especially ourselves. Lower them down to your mouth so we can remember to speak kind and encouraging words. And lower them down to your heart so we can remember to keep our hearts open and ready to love. Thank you once again for sharing your practice with me today. I hope you enjoyed it. Namaste.